Seconds.
From Cleveland's most accurate weather team, this is 19 First Alert Plus. Sponsored by the man that makes them pay, Tim Misney.
Hello and welcome to your First Alert forecast with myself and Andy Chillian. I would like to say that I could show you what it's looking like outside right now, but I can't find the right button. So here we are, and we are going to, Andy, just go ahead and pull up you and I here. Andy, I see you. How are you today, sir? Wait, let's see. Now can I hear you?
I'm doing good, Jeff.
There you go.
There we go.
Yes,
you know what? We're
Andy.
trying something new, so we're
This is this is an experience for all of us, right, Andy? We're working through some little bit of new tech here, but yes, we have been tracking some storms all morning. I know many of us got woken up to some thunderstorms. Many are wondering if that's going to be sticking around. So let's pull up First Alert Doppler. Andy, take it away.
Yeah, let's talk about what's going on. You know, you're saying see outside. I mean, it looks beautiful right now as we take a look outside from the lakeshore of Cleveland. The morning, once those storms passed, has been fine. Nothing but blue sky for a lot of us, but some changes ahead. This is a very complicated forecast, and the reason why is when you have some storms moving through, they can leave behind boundaries for new storms to form. Also, just an overall setup that these our weather models that we use to try to help us predict the future have not really been honing in on one particular solution. So we issue these alert days to just say, hey, there's potential for some things to change from what is currently a beautiful day to maybe getting a bit more active later on. So I want to walk you through what we know now and what we're still going to be sort of stepping through here in the near term. So First Alert Doppler for the most part is pretty quiet. We're still seeing plenty of that sun along the lakeshore. There's some high clouds down in our southern counties, and that's from a thunderstorm complex that's been moving across Kentucky and into West Virginia, into far western Virginia right now. You can see the warnings associated with that. Obviously far from our area, but that's what the clouds are. And in southern Tuscarawas, maybe a brief shower moving through right now. But this is really not going to be impacting us, this thunderstorm complex. It's going to continue to move eastward more into West Virginia, eventually Virginia and southern Pennsylvania, but really missing us. However, there is a weak boundary here. You can sort of see these showers trying to form. This is lifting to the north, and with the warm and humid conditions we have right now, there's the potential for a few scattered storms forming over the next couple hours along the boundary. So we're going to watch for that closely because there could be some severe weather with this, and that would happen more in the, I would say, 4 or even 5 o'clock to about 11 p.m. midnight time frame. Now, the next thing that I'm watching is all this complex and cluster of storms that's formed back in Missouri. So these have blown up very quickly, and these are already all severe warned. You can see the stretch of warnings now just west of St. Louis down to southern Missouri and even northern Arkansas. This has been picked up well on the models and is expected to move to the north and east over the next several hours. And there's the potential that this holds together when it does get to our region in northeast Ohio. This would not be in here, though, until after midnight. So this would be an overnight storm risk, but there could be a couple severe storms with this as well. So bottom line is a couple of severe storms or rounds are possible this afternoon and evening through about 11 p.m. and then this next round as we head through after midnight. And again, you can see, for example, tornado warning issued there. I'd say the risk for a tornado locally is lower. This is likely to be a major outbreak in portions of the Midwest and the southern Ohio Valley as we head over the next few hours. But all this taken into account, this is what we're watching for. That's why we have an alert out saying, hey, nothing may be happening right now, but we want to alert you to the potential for what's happening later on. So basically just putting in bullet form what I just went through. Showers and thunderstorms in a couple rounds possible from about 5 to 11 p.m., that scattered round that hasn't even formed yet. And then from about 11 p.m. to 6 a.m., we may have another round of storms overnight. Main risks would be damaging wind gusts, some heavy rain, some larger hail, and a low but still a non-zero risk for tornadoes. So since this is an overnight risk again, we encourage you to find ways to get warnings should any be issued. We saw that last night, big old windstorm in parts of Lorain County. Lots of lightning though. That may have woken you up in the thunder initially, but make sure you have ways to have your phone wake you up in case the lightning and thunder does not do so. Want to show you what one of our models is saying. It's already a little ambitious showing some of those scattered showers already. These have not formed yet, but the idea is still there to get some stuff moving closer to the lake shore this evening. Then there's a break. Now this particular model sort of breaks up and weakens the stuff that's currently out of over Missouri into our area, and not much happens overnight. But I don't want to necessarily hone in on this solution as some of our other models, again, we look at a lot, say that that could hold together. So midnight to 6 a.m. is a time frame we got to watch out for potentially some more active weather. But just in the near term, watch out for that. Temperature-wise, we're in the 60s. Want to focus tomorrow morning. We've got part one of the two-part weekend for the Cleveland Marathon. It's the 5 and 10K runs tomorrow morning. Biggest problem tomorrow morning is the wind. It's going to be really windy out there. Southwest wind, 15, 20 miles per hour. Could see gusts up to 30, 40 miles per hour. And that's throughout the whole day, not just the morning. But for runners, just keep that in mind. We'll be in the 60s, mainly dry to start the day. And then by the afternoon, some scattered showers will form as a cold front moves through. And that will allow those temperatures to drop throughout the day tomorrow. So we may start in the 60s, but by sunset, we're in the 50s on your Saturday. Then want to focus on runners for the half and full marathons on Sunday morning. And notice it's a lot cooler out there. Temperatures in the 50s, so almost closer to, say, that ideal running temperature. Maybe a little bit humid or damp out there. Our dew points are going to be close to the 50s as well. So the closer you get the temperature and the dew point means it'll be maybe a little bit stickier out there. Not as windy on Sunday, and we will stay dry under a mostly cloudy sky. So all in all, not the worst weather for both mornings, as I will focus on that graphic here. I have that I can pull up. So again, Saturday morning, biggest concern is the wind. Southwest winds 15 to 20 miles per hour. On Sunday morning, we're in the 50s. West wind about 10 to 15 miles per hour, but we'll stay dry and cooler out there. So a lot's going on here, Jeff, in the near term. Just make sure we're focused on what happens later this afternoon and evening, and then again overnight with a couple rounds of storms possible. But wait till you see what we're in store for next week. I'll talk about that more with the First Alert 7-day, including the double weekend coming up.
I've represented families just like yours for over 4 decades. Listen, if you need me, call me. You know I'll be there for you, and I'll make them pay. In the meantime, I'll keep an eye out for you.
And Andy, we are back.
All right, let's take a look at that First Alert 7 days. So once we get through tomorrow, notice temperatures will be dropping throughout the day. That 67 is more of a late morning, midday high, and then we'll be cooling into the afternoon. Sunday, clouds and a bit breezy, temperatures in the 60s. After that, well, we are getting a shot of some cold air. I guess it's a good thing it's not winter still. We saw a couple of those cold blasts back in January, February. I don't think you need me to remind you of that. But bottom line is we're getting some much cooler air that's not just going to be 1 or 2 days, really a whole week of high temperatures in the 50s and lower 60s. That is it. And we'll be especially cooler along the lakeshore because there's going to be a northeast kind of a lake breeze setting up. So 50s, that's about as good as we're going to be able to do Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, we're going to start to see some showers and storms back, so at least Monday and Tuesday are dry. And we could see showers lingering to Thursday, maybe even Friday. Some latest model data saying that this system that's going to bring it is slow to leave. And so not really what you want to see heading into Memorial Day weekend. Now, adding the double weekend, this is Memorial Day weekend. Right now, signs pointing to some drier weather, but we still can't quite warm up that much. Normal high now is 71, and that's rising. So 68 may not be bad, but we think of Memorial Day as the unofficial start to summer. Maybe you want to open those pools out there. That's still a little bit cool, right? For Memorial Day, only a high of 68. So this can still change. I'd say confidence is high on the cool stretch through Friday. Now, how quickly we're able to warm back up to seasonable and maybe a little bit warmer for your Memorial Day, we still got time to fine-tune that forecast. But either way, another cool shot of air is coming for several days as we round out or get close to rounding out the month of May. So get ready for that. But in the near term, just be mindful that we're going to be putting these 80-degree days thoughts to rest for a little while as a cooler pattern shapes up, Jeff.
So for all the people that were complaining about how warm it was, which I hope there were not that many, but if you were, this is what you wanted, I guess.
I guess this is what you wanted. You know, the silver lining, I will say, is with clouds and showers around, we really don't have any concerns right now for any frost in the mornings. If you're maybe worried about that, you already planted Mother's Day weekend, we always say, is when you can able to do so. Not looking at a concern right now for that. Low temperatures will still stay in the 40s to near 50, but I don't know. I'm sure plenty of you have already turned the AC on. Will you need the heat on, though, later this week? We'll see. It's wild, that's for sure. We're kind of all over.
This Northeast Ohio to a T, man.
Yeah.
AC and heat all in 1 week. All right. Andy Chillian, thank you so much, man. We appreciate your patience. We'll see you on TV.
Sounds good. Thanks, Jeff.
And that is it for your First Alert forecast. Of course, you will see all of us coming up 19 News, 3 o'clock over on CBS. For now, I'm Jeff Slauson with 19 News. Have a great day and a great night. Much more to come, both on air and online.
19 News, now streaming on Samsung Smart TV. Search for channel 1035.